Here with Harlan Stone, the CEO of HMTX Industries, a global manufacturer of luxury vinyl flooring. And Harlan, the supply chain disruption has been center stage during 2021, whether it be the supply of containers, truck drivers, warehouse space, and labor. It seems like all links in the chain have had significant disruption and are really fighting to get back to a normalization that pre-COVID has been, a very stable environment for manufacturers and distributors. Where do you see this going in 2022? Do you think these conditions are going to go deep into 22? And how is HMTX reacting to these to this new normal? And if this is the new normal?
Thanks, Mark, for the question, and thanks for having me on. 2021 was a very challenging year. You have to be extremely agile to respond to it. And even with that, everybody has been disrupted, and the flow of goods has been inadequate for the demand we see in this robust market. We believe this will level off in 2022. By the second half of 2022, we expect to have availability for moving our goods pretty freely. Of course, you still need to remain agile so that you don't get caught in a storm out in LA or a freeze in Texas or whatever. You have to remain agile. But we believe that there will be a normalcy returning to the supply chain world by at least the second half of 2022. In the meantime, we have been able in the recent months actually to catch up a little bit. So, you've got to go to where the action is. It's really a simple story, and you can't expect things to be predictable. So at first, LA was terrible. The port of Los Angeles, Long Beach, San Pedro were bottled up. We have warehouses on the West Coast, warehouses on the East Coast. We shifted everything to Savannah. Suddenly, Savannah got overfull. We shifted some back to LA. Now we're using New York, and we have set up warehousing here in the Northeast to accommodate containers coming in through the port of Newark. So you've got to be nimble. And if you are, you can find openings. We're now studying the Gulf. The Gulf ports may be an opportunity, not for the massive volume, but for some emergency shipments coming in through Houston, maybe even Mobile. And we're looking at warehousing in those locations. The other thing we do, Mark, is because people want their containers back quickly, we're unloading our containers at our locations in Savannah or LA, and then transloading them onto trucks to ship them to the final destination instead of asking the shipper to put their container on a rail and take it inland. They hate it. And if you ask them to do that, they're not going to take your cargo. So as I say, responsibility is also on the importer to be intelligent, not just blame everything on the bottlenecks that are out there.